Hey there, beautiful Scorpios. Welcome to my channel. My name is Elle. I am a tarot reader. Welcome to the very first Scorpio reading I'm doing on this channel. I do have another channel called Elle's Temple, which is a pick a card reading channel. And I also do goddess videos and stuff on there, other spiritual related things. But I felt called to create a separate space for the zodiac sign readings. So this is the very first one. Welcome if you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node Scorpio. The readings are going to be timeless. I'm going to try and upload each week, but they'll be completely timeless readings. So whenever you're drawn to the reading, whether it's from the photo or from the title, then just trust that there will be a message there for you. So without further ado, Scorpio, let's get into your reading. I'm going to start with some tarot from Everyday Witch. And then we're going to move on to a couple of oracle cards for you. So straight off the bat, we've got Temperance. Let's see what other cards we've got. Scorpio. Page of Wands. Maybe some of you are going traveling. I'm just going to pick a few cards and then we'll get into, I'll read them in a context. Knight of Wands. Going after your passions. What's coming in for Scorpio? Wow. Cards are coming out fast today. There's some energies coming through. You've got two major arcanas as well already. Temperance and Justice. Another message for Scorpio. Two of Pentacles. Juggling something. And one more, I think. Coming in. Wow. Fast off the bat, Ace of Swords. Beautiful. Let's just move that over a wee bit. Ace of Swords there. Sorry about the glare. I'll hold these up to the camera as I go. Okay, so Scorpio, babies. Scorp. I'm Scorpio rising, so I love you guys. Love Scorpios. Just getting a feel for the message. Okay, so at the moment you're exhibiting, this is kind of your current energies, and I feel like this is what was coming in for you. So you're in a really good place where you're really steady at the moment and you're finding balance, which is really good because we're just, if you are watching this at the time of upload, we're just coming out of Libra season, but it doesn't have to be. If you're watching this at another time, don't worry about that. But I feel like you are, you're really well balanced at the moment, Scorpio. You've got a good grip on things is what I'm hearing. It's like you know, this person's got like vegetables in the background plus cake, so it's like, yeah, cool, like, you know, I can find balance between disparate things in my life. Like, you know, I know intuitively what's right for me. Like maybe sometimes I want to go out partying and get, you know, I think there was a cocktail. Yeah, there's cocktail there. Like I might want to go out partying and have something to drink, but then like I know that after that I need to kind of like maybe curb that in a bit and like, you know, do some yoga and have some vegetables and just find that balance. So I feel like you're coming into you are in a really good state of like equilibrium right now with your life, with what you are trying to achieve. It's like you've got a good grounding. So that's a really lovely energy to be in. And also it's a very interesting energy. I'm just noticing she's got one eye closed and one eye open. So it's like, I feel like it's that whole idea of like, you're in the world, not of the world, which is very appropriate for Scorpios because you guys love being in the deep. Well, the archetype of Scorpio loves being in the depths, you know, in the depths of the ocean or in the depths of the psyche or in the depths of the unconscious or like, you know, in that kind of thing. But I feel like you're finding a balance between kind of being in the world, doing the kind of grounded stuff, like the earthy stuff, the sort of stuff that you have to do to survive in the world and like kind of have fun with your friends and do that kind of stuff, but as well as doing all the like spiritual stuff and the kind of like woo-woo stuff maybe, or the like emotional stuff or the stuff of the depths or the occult or that kind of side of things. So you kind of, it's like you've got one eye on the world and one eye on your internal life. Like you're finding that balance between your honoring your inner life as well as honoring the life that you need to carry on out in the outer world. I feel like with Page of Wands and also Nine of Wands potentially, but especially this Page of Wands, because he's got this little knapsack and it looks like he's going off on a wee journey and he's thinking of following this little cat. It's like, maybe I should go off down here. It's like, I feel like with the orange jumper and the orange color of the cat, this is linked with the sacral chakra, so it's to do with like creativity and creative passions and creative pursuits. So you're kind of considering like maybe like whether it's going traveling to somewhere that you're passionate about or taking a journey towards something you're passionate about, like taking like metaphysically, for example, or like metaphorically, like stepping towards something that you're actually passionate about, some kind of creative pursuit or something like that. And you're gearing that up, you're kind of ramping up. The energy is going to step in. The energy that's going to come in for you is this Knight of Wands, which is this like really passionate, fiery, like, yep, taking action on that. Like Knights are to do with taking action. They're to do with like, they've got that sort of masculine energy, and you can be man or woman or however you identify. It doesn't matter. It's just, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us, but it's that idea of like taking action on something, forward movement, progress, momentum, taking action. And I feel like this creative thing that you start off as like, it starts off as a little weeny cat, it's a little puppy cat, and then it turns into this huge massive dragon. It's like you start off as the page, and then as you take steps towards it, it grows and grows, and you grow in your passion, you grow in your mastery of it, and you become like, you know, it starts to like take you up in the air. Like here, he's going off on a journey. He's just on foot. He's got only what his little knapsack can hold. Whereas here, he's like on his broomstick. He's got a wand, so he's a lot more powerful now. He's got some magic, and he's like, it's almost like he's going to tame this dragon, this huge dragon. So, whew, incredible energy, Scorpio. Very powerful energy. I feel like you are coming into your power a lot. With Justice here, it's interesting, you've got two balance cards, like Temperance and Justice. And Justice can be to do with like balancing like right and wrong, yin and yang, that whole thing. It can be to do with contracts as well. So this could be as you step into your power and you follow this creative path, this creative pursuit, you get offered some kind of contract in that. Like it takes you off on a path that actually like leads to something formal and official. And then with the Two of Pentacles, you have to then juggle, or you're trying to make a decision between, do I accept this contract and do I like carry on pursuing this creative pursuit or this thing that is like I'm really passionate about, or do I stick with like what I was doing before? Justice can also speak of like I'm hearing like hierarchy, but like as in like things that are, you know, related to almost like corporations, like corporate work, or you know, something very formal, something very hierarchical, like a hierarchical structure or a formal structure or a formal job or work scenario. So it could be this is kind of saying like you are juggling Two of Pentacles between what you're really passionate about and some kind of like formal work contract that you're committed to, that you're tied into, that you have a contract with, a legally binding contract, like you have to do it. And you're like, you're trying to find the balance. Like she's on the seesaw here. She's got one foot on one side and one foot on the other. And again, it's like a double message of balance with Temperance and this. So I feel like because you're already starting off with this energy, like you're able to find that balance between these two worlds, like really, really well. Like I said, you've got one eye on the outer world, which is like the job that you have to do to like bring, what's it called? Bring the bacon, put the food on the table sort of thing. And the other eye on your inner world, which is like communing with your muse, with your creative muse, or communing with your like spiritual side of yourself or something like that. But I feel like with the Ace of Swords here, there's a new beginning coming. There's a decisive new beginning coming where you decide to like, yes, I'm gonna go after this. I'm gonna do this path. There's something new that's coming in, and it's something I feel like related to your self-expression, because she's wearing all blue here, which is linked with the throat chakra, which is to do with expressing yourself. I'm going to get some clarifying cards for you guys, Scorpio, because I feel like there's more here. So why have we got, what's this Justice card about? Oh, yeah, exactly. 3 of Pentacles, work. Teammates, colleagues, working together to build something, working as a team to kind of show your, it's like kind of show your craft. It's like you're the one who's sort of like maybe leading a team, or you're the one who's like, this is how we have to do it. And kind of this bloke is standing back looking like, oh, okay, is that how you do it? Okay. Like you're kind of showing, it's kind of that, like, not showing off, but like showing how something is done. But I feel like this is to do with like working together as a team. So this Justice scenario, this contract is to do with work and being offered work. So either this is to do with like a work contract you're already locked into, like you're already legally bound in it and you're trying to juggle it and trying to decide whether you want to keep it going, or it's a new contract, a new offer of employment coming in that is related to this, whatever this thing is, this thing you're passionate about, or this journey that you've started opening up to a little bit, or you're thinking about opening up to. I feel like you're not quite in this Knight of Wands energy yet. This is coming for you. You're about to step into your Page of Wands energy. You're about to take a foot towards that direction. I've just noticed there's a little gecko here. So it could be like, some of you could be Australian. Hey, fellow Antipodean, if you are. I'm a Kiwi. So shout out to my Antipodeans. If you guys are from there, please leave a message below. I'd love to hear from you guys because I love Aussies. I used to live in Australia as well. So, yeah. But anyway, I don't know where, I mean, geckos are in lots of places. I don't know why I think because when I was in Australia, I saw them. And I'm just getting like Australian vibes from this picture for some reason. I don't know why, I just am. But this could honestly be anywhere. So it could be that maybe you're there, you're thinking of going to that part of the world. Like you're thinking, you could be in a different part of the world and you're thinking of going to the Southern Hemisphere, like somewhere in the Antipodes, or maybe vice versa. Maybe you're there and you're thinking of going on a journey somewhere else. But like maybe you're stuck in a contract with work or something like that, or you're trying to balance between like wanting to travel and trying to get the money for it, or wanting to pursue your creative passion somewhere and needing to still put the food on the table, like get the bacon, so to speak. But there's definitely a new beginning coming. Let me see what I'm going to ask the cards about. What is this? What is this Ace of Swords? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, work. So, or just, you know, it's not necessarily work, like it doesn't have to be traditional job. It's like you coming into your sovereignty around how you earn money, or how you are, it doesn't even have to be money actually. Pentacles is stability, security, long-term investments. So it can just be to do with like investing in yourself, committing to yourself, finding stability, finding security in whatever way that is, finding that sovereignty of your like time and your work and what you want to do. Like how are you going to sort of find this Queen of Pentacles energy, like reach that sovereignty point where you're a master of like your own stability and security. And it's almost like as within, so without, like as you find that like inner value, the money will just come in. The resources that you need will actually just come in, because you can see she's got this big treasure chest beside her. It's interesting that in this deck, she's got like a witch's broom next to her. So I feel like for some of you, your passion that you're thinking of pursuing is like, could be related to some kind of like, I'm hearing like green witchcraft. Like you could be into like some kind of green witchy stuff. So it could be anything from like medicinal, like herbalism, or like gardening work, or green crafts, or anything like that. But I feel like there's a brand new beginning coming, a decisive new beginning coming. You're gonna choose this path that brings you that sovereignty and that security and stability that you're after. It's like the new beginning is related to how you're going to find that stability and security and sovereignty. So yeah, it's pretty big stuff. I think like with the 2 major arcanas here, I can't remember if I said it at the beginning now, because I've said this in a couple of the piles who have had major arcana cards. They're often to do with like big life changes or big life things. Is there anything else for Scorpio? Dryad, I'm not actually sure how you pronounce that. Dryad, is it? Dryad, protect your energy. Okay, another one. Yeah, maybe going out in nature for you, Scorpio, could be a good way to like help ground your energies, because obviously you're already, like, if you're the Scorpio archetype, you're already very naturally connected with the spiritual world, especially if you are watching this at the time of upload. This will be near Halloween, so the veil between the worlds gets really thin, and as a Scorpio, you're naturally very tuned in. Normally, you know, if you're kind of an awakened Scorpio, you will be. Whoa, there we go. I knew there was another one. Spiritual transformation, Kalima. This is very like similar vibes to this one, I feel like. So there's a lot of like, yeah, I mean, this is you, really. This is Scorpio. This is Scorps. This is Scorp energy right here, Kali, transformation. I mean, Scorpio is literally the sign of transformation. You know, the whole idea of Scorpio as if you think of it as a creature, as an animal or an insect or whatever, it like sheds and like rebirths itself. So it's similar to the snake, or, you know, that whole idea of transforming. It's able to self-transform. You, Scorpio, as an archetype, if you're tapped into that, you're able to self-transform. And I feel like with spiritual transformation, it's like you are stepping into this power where maybe you've been doing like a lot of yoga and a lot of that kind of stuff, and maybe with protect your energy, maybe you've been doing a lot of energy work and you're getting more sensitive to those kind of things, and now sorry, I've just realized those bottom cards you can't see very well. Apologies, Scorpio. Yeah, I just think that maybe you're stepping into this, having this like spiritual power with Knight of Wands, like you're growing it from sort of the Page of Wands, because this is a progression, Page of Wands straight onto Knight of Wands. Like you're growing in your spiritual prowess. Wow, that's an interesting word. I don't think I've used that in a reading before. You've got prowess, Scorpio. Some of you might be becoming, I'm just getting a vibe of, because this card reminds me of a yoga teacher I used to have, and we did have right at the beginning someone doing yoga. So if you're thinking of like becoming a yoga teacher or doing training to become a yoga teacher, that could be what this Ace of Swords is talking about. This decisive new beginning could be like, yeah, actually, I'm going to go down that path. I'm going to follow this spiritual calling. I'm going to follow this calling to really go down this path in a bigger way, to like follow what lights me up, follow this path of transformation. I might just see if there's any messages from the book. So I'll start with the Dryad one. Protect your energy. Yeah, so I think this is if you're empathic, you sense someone's feelings and experiences as if they were your own. I mean, that's very naturally a Scorpio trait, or can be a Scorpio trait anyway. This is a gift and can make you a wonderful listening ear for your friends, but if you don't take care of your boundaries, it can have a damaging effect on your well-being. How many times have you felt clogged, unbalanced, or drained from being a psychic sponge for everything around you? Dryad offers you this simple energy clearing and protection ritual. Do this exercise morning and evening, especially after being in crowded or emotionally charged environments. Dryad says, imagine yourself inside the aura of a beautiful tree, asked to be cleared of all energetic toxicity or invisible baggage that isn't yours. This could be other people's emotions, thoughts, and personal soul lessons that you've unconsciously absorbed. To complete the clearing process, visualize a layer of protective light surrounding your body. Finally, consult the tree's spirit wisdom. Ask if there's any message it wants to share with you. Give thanks to the tree. Your aura is refreshed and sealed with Dryad's protection. So yeah, I feel like just more generally though, Scorpios, like if you are going to go down this path a little bit more of like some kind of perhaps spiritual type career, or like maybe some of you are thinking about being counselors or something like that, or something where you give, like, listen to people or like give wisdom to people or something like that. It's like you're going to need to be careful about protecting your energy and protecting your boundaries and finding that balance between honoring like yourself and the other. But I think you're learning that lesson in a way at the moment with Temperance and Justice. It's like you're learning that balance, and Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of balancing energy here. The scales, the with the Temperance, the two sides of the two different types of food on either side here, with the Two Pentacles, which could be juggling two, by the way, that could be juggling two forms of income, like two jobs, one doing the spiritual work, and one doing the your day job, the day contract, Three of Pentacles stuff. So yeah, that was actually meant to be under the Ace of Swords. That was related to that one. So I feel like just being careful as you go through this big spiritual transformation, this stepping into your power, that you are protecting your energy and getting out. And also it's interesting here, this came out under the Page of Wands, which is this person's out in a forest by trees. So a double message about like trees being able to clear your energy and protect your energy. Finding a balance between like giving to others and giving to yourself is quite important. Let's have a look at Kali, if she's got any additional messages. Yeah, a cycle of intense rebirth. Well, I mean, that's literally, that's the most perfect card to get for Scorpio, because you are like the queens or kings of rebirth. Like that is just your energy, exactly. So Hindu goddess Kali Ma is a fierce powerhouse of the creative feminine life force, or Shakti energy, the ultimate spiritual transformer. Kali confronts you with your darkest fears while simultaneously activating your eternal light. Her razor-sharp swords destroy everything that isn't authentic, and her skulls represent the death of the ego. Kali is a lightning bolt of truth that indicates sweeping change. Working with Kali can be an intense process of stripping away, yet it reveals our deepest spiritual power. Her symbols are the void, the cutlass, skulls, and red hibiscus flowers. So when everything turns upside down, the rug is swept from under you, and the shock of the unexpected reverberates through your entire being, it's likely that Kali Ma is at work. Nothing feels certain right now, which could be that Page energy, like, ooh, he's a little bit like a beginner, he's a little bit of an innocent, like, do I go this way? I don't really know, it's a bit scary, I'm not really sure. He's not quite a master yet, he's not quite a queen or even a knight, he's just starting out. So yeah, that makes sense. Nothing feels certain. You may feel vulnerable, raw, and confronted with your deepest fears. So that could be this dragon. Actually, this could be a huge fear of yours about like following the spiritual path, or like putting your work out into the world. These are not easy feelings to manage, and you might want to run away from the surge of emotion. But it's talking about trusting the divine plan, stripping you. But Kali strips you away back to your truth. And you may be facing a cycle of intense life shifts, like I talked about with the Temperance and the Justice, big life changes. Remember, you'll never be given anything you can't handle. Even though life may feel unraveled right now, Kali always has your back. Stare fearlessly into the void. The time has come to be nothingness and your spectacular true self. Yes, Scorpios. Love it. Love that journey for you. Taking it one day at a time can help you through a personal loss or dramatic change, and this situation is a blessing in disguise. So the implication is, out of chaos comes divine order, and my spirit roars with truth. Wow, Scorpio, my goodness, I'm going to leave it there because I can't top that. That is such powerful energy. I am so excited for you. I would love to hear how this is resonating specifically in your journey at the moment. If you do feel like you're going through an intense rebirth and change, I think many of us in the collective are. A lot of the readings have been about that, especially if you're watching at the time of upload. It is the Scorpio new moon and Scorpio eclipse, and eclipses are really powerful times that tend to trigger awakenings and spiritual rebirths anyway. So if you're being forced through this sort of tunnel, if you like, to kind of like step into your power, then just know that that is kind of very much the path of many light workers, or just many people generally on the planet at the moment. We're being forced to change, we're being forced to step into our authentic selves. So Yeah, powerful energy, and all the best with that. Thank you so much for being here, Scorpio. Thank you for letting me read for you today. It's been a pleasure doing your reading. Please leave a comment below if it resonated. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you'd like to be notified of any future readings. And all the best with your journey, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye.